In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to replace the Human Touch Super Novo upper backrest assembly. The first thing we're going to do is power off the chair, then unplug it. Next, we'll use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 6 screws that secure the backrest cover. Once the screws are removed, then the backrest is still attached by 3 clips at along the top edge. So we need to pull out both from the bottom and then using that ledge in the middle, pull out in both areas to detach the backrest from the chair. Now the next step only pertains to chairs with serial numbers with lower than RT2619. On those chairs, we need to disconnect the speaker wire. So we can locate it in there in the upper backrest there and then disconnect them. And they do the same on the other side. Now, if your chair has a serial number greater than or RT2619 or greater, you will not have these connectors, so you don't need to worry about them. Next, we're going to unzip the top of the backrest pad here, just to give us easier access to 2 screws. Okay, then we'll locate the little pocket there and open that, and inside there's a Phillips head screw we need to remove. And the same on the other side. Now you'll note on this chair there's a speaker wire right here. So check to see if there's speaker wire there on each side, and if there is, so disconnect it. If your chair serial number is RT2619 or a higher number, there will not be a speaker connector there. Next, we'll remove the 2 rear screws from the upper backrest. Also Phillips head screws. And we're ready to lift the upper backrest off of the chair. Now we're ready to install the new upper backrest. To do that, we're going to align the slot here in the upper backrest with this bracket. And then also, you'll notice each side has these 2 brackets, and those align with these 2 posts on the side. So we're aligning 3 different things. So we can kind of hold the backrest in position Focus really on one side is easiest, kind of hold it level, but focus on aligning those three elements on one side and getting those in place. And then you can kind of slide the other side, should slide into position. You can see there's a bit of trial and error in this process. There we go. So when it looks like that on both sides, then we know we're in position. So next, if you have a chair with a serial number that is lower than RT2619, you're going to have your speaker wires here that you disconnected when you removed the upper backrest. We need to reconnect those now. And on the other side. Now we're ready to replace the screws inside the little pockets at the top of the backrest. These screws are, it's really important that the screw holes are perfectly aligned. So look in there, and if necessary, kind of jostle the side panel and the backrest around until those holes are perfectly lined up. And again, it's really important that the screw goes straight into this hole. So paying attention to those things, replace that screw. And be very careful not to drop the screw into the chair. It's easy to do. These screws are a little difficult to get in because of the tight workspace. If you don't put the screw straight in, what's going to happen is you'll be able to get it in partially, but it won't go all the way, and then the side panel is going to be loose. Next, we'll zip the backrest pad to the plastic backrest frame. Now moving to the back of the chair, we can replace the two rear screws that secure the upper backrest. Next, we'll reconnect the speaker connectors and then tuck them into that indentation in the upper backrest, like so. And finally, we're ready to reinstall the back cover. To do this, we need to notice these tabs here, and then you can see in the back, there's two corresponding slots. These tabs need to go into those slots. So the first step is to do that. Once those tabs are in those slots, we can slowly raise the back cover, but don't go too fast because we need to avoid running this into here and scratching the upholstery. This is actually kind of extended, so we need to push in on the sides of the plastic as we raise it up and then tuck those tabs on the side of the plastic into the upholstery to avoid damaging the upholstery. And finally on the top, you'll notice there's 3 sets of balls and sockets here that need to be aligned. They should basically be aligned by this point already, but make sure those are aligned and then snap those into place. And finally, we're ready to install the screws that secure the back cover. It's important to just visually make sure those screw holes are aligned really well before you install any screws. And if they're not, that means one of the 3 steps we just completed did not go well. Likely culprit is as you were adjusting the middle or the top of the backrest cover, the slot may have come out of the tab on the bottom, which will allow it to move out of alignment. So if the screw holes aren't lined up, you kind of have to start from square one and check the alignment of all those 3 steps. But once they're all aligned, we can start installing the 6 screws to secure it. Okay, then we can plug in the chair, power it on, and confirm that the massage mechanism is working properly.